When I say best field goals of all time, what comes to your mind? For me, Justin Tucker's doink through from 66 to win the game against the Lions is definitely up there. I mean, it has stakes, it has length, it just doesn't have any real impact, as it was a regular season game against the Lions, a team who really hadn't been relevant in a while, in a game that really the Ravens didn't even need to win because they would go on to miss the postseason anyway. The biggest part of why this field goal is memorable is that it's the greatest kicker of all time. I think we can all move past using the word arguably at this point, making the longest kick in history in a tense game-winning moment, which is great, and it's why it's in the conversation, because if we're like 3 yards closer, we don't even talk about it. Next, we have probably one of the most important kicks to the Patriots franchise, where Adam Vinatieri comes out in an actual blizzard. No ability to clear the field, 54 seconds on the clock, and drills a 45-yard field goal to tie the ball game to send the Patriots to overtime, where they would eventually win and then win the Super Bowl right after. And admittedly, those two kicks are the top two in some order, but we have a new competitor in the ranks. It is the Bills versus Eagles. Some background is the Eagles are Super Bowl favorites. They've lost a single game this season and are sitting at 9-1 while being a dominating force in the league. Meanwhile, the Bills are contenders. They have always been a threat at any given week they show up, but are looking for a marquee win as they've yet to beat anybody decent this season, and they have been playing in absolutely horrible conditions. Rain, wind out the ass, the turf and the footing is terrible, just ripping up, and the temperature was in the mid-30s. The Bills came out to an early lead, but the Eagles fought long and hard to close that gap. So late in the fourth quarter, on a 3rd and 17 down by 3, a beautiful pass breakup seemed to put the dream of the Eagles winning this game to bed. No Hail Mary, no 4th down antics. They just trotted out one of the most underrated kickers in the league, Jake Elliot. And at this point in time, we all kind of thought the game was over. He's 59 yards away from the end zone. He's tap dancing on the logo. And in these conditions, people, myself included, just didn't think he was going to make it. But nonetheless, he takes his steps, he lines up, and he plays it beautifully. He goes left 3rd, and you can see that ball get caught up with the wind, but he drives it low to cut through it as best as he can, and that ball has only a couple yards to its right before it's doinking off the uprights. But ultimately, he drills it. The Eagles go to overtime and win, giving us a super long field goal in terrible conditions, under immense pressure to win, and the only thing that it's missing is potentially an impact that it's going to have, because the Eagles probably could have lost this game and still would have made it to the playoffs. But regardless, I'm throwing this in the ringer as one of the greatest kicks of all time. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Where does this rank all time in great kicks? Let me know in the comments.
Oh, what a kick it is by Elliot. He drilled it.